Hello, everybody, and welcome here to Atlanta Motor Speedway as we're ready to cap off what has been an exciting race weekend for race number 4 of the debut season of the NR2003 Diva Cup Series. 33 laps of racing for the AMP Better Health 400. 33 laps of racing here today. It was a calm and clean race yesterday in the Diva Bush Series, which was won by our very own Leela Bakai, who really pulled off a winning pass on Alexandre Sarnes. What will today's race be in the same conditions that we experienced yesterday? Monica Town starts on the pole position for today's race. Monica comes into this race, as I can find her in the points. Monica Towns. I think I went too far on Monica. And I can't find Monica. Oh, there she is. She's 16th in points. Yeah, I went too far. Sydney Vortex alongside of her. Sydney Vortex comes into this race third in the point standing. She's one of the drivers who's trying to run down for the points lead. I need to, which is Jill Thomas for the points lead. Becky Walters in row number 2. She is 11th in the point standings. And Scarlett Wallace alongside. She is 19th in the current points. Jill Thomas is the points leader by 39 points over Prudence Martindale. Sydney Vortex, who starts second, is only 41 points back. Let's go ahead and get these cars rolling off behind the pace car. Elena Aurora is 48 points back, fourth in the standings. Rounding out the top 5 is Courtney Lynn, who went from worst to the top 5 in the last couple of weeks, as far as that is concerned. Amber Whitecastle is 6th in the standings, 54 points back. Molly Thomas is 7th, 75 points back. 77 back is Anna Crenshaw, who had a bad race last week at Las Vegas. 9th in the standings is Brittany White, and Jessie Art is 10th place. Brittany White and Jessie Art are tied for 9th. However, Brittany White owns the tiebreaker due to having a better average finish than Jessie Art. Getting ready for 33 laps of racing here today. The Amp Better 400 about to get underway. Here we go. Monica Town, Sydney Vortex leads us to the green. We're racing at Atlanta. First lap's going to be led by the 19 of Monica Towns. Becky Walters currently in the second position. As we're a lot faster, 2:05, and I don't think the Diva Bush Series cars were going any faster yesterday, as Jessie Art is now in the third position. Jessie Art comes into this race, as I said, tied for 9th in the points, even though she loses the tiebreaker to Brittany White. That's an Everham Motorsports 1-2 with Becky Walters leading the race. Here comes Jessie Art. First 3 spots are owned by Dodge, as I forgot to do this to the ticker. My bad. Becky Walters in the 9 car. Of course, she has been a longtime Dodge driver. Here comes Monica Towns, her teammate, You can tell these two cars apart. Look for the green number roof on the 19 and the green valence, whereas the 9 car only has a white roof number and a red valence. So you can definitely pick the two Ray Everham cars apart. Neither car has been to victory lane. And there's the gal who is, by the way, tied with Jesse Art for 9th in the standings. That would be Brittany White. Brittany White's been doing pretty good in that Hooters Ford for Brett Bonine Racing. By the way, I'm in the VC with the Double X recording crew as of this recording. Check the back of the field. Oh, we got a caution. Lauren Grubius and Molly Thomas is involved. That's 7th in points. Grubius came into this race. Oh my goodness. 27th in the points. And unlike yesterday's Diva Bush series, we're under caution. Well, that's kind of surprising. Was there any more cars involved other than those two? Possibly Chrissy House. Okay, Chrissy doesn't have any damage to her Granger Ford, but it looks like only 2 victims in this first caution. That would be the 29 and the 18. So caution's out for the first time this race weekend and of the day. Let's jump back and look at a replay to see what happened to Lauren Grubius. Looks like we had a wreck on the front straightaway that caused our first caution of the day in the Amp Better Health 400. And here is what happened to bring out the first caution. Looks like 4 wide situation with Crystal Fontaine, Chrissy House, Lauren Grubius, and Molly Thomas. And something really had to give here. And yeah, looks like Molly Thomas got hooked by Grubius, who then gets hooked by Chrissy House. And unfortunately, it took all 3 cars up into the wall as a result of this. I think Grubius is going to hit the 18. Nope. 18 does a bit of a spin. I mentioned Molly Thomas, who came in 7th in points. That's a driver who was running well in points. Lauren Grubius came into this race 27th in the points, not the run that she would like. And unfortunately, Chrissy House, who comes to this race 30th in points. So only Molly Thomas, who came in running well in points, this is going to be a big blow to her. But all 3 cars have continued on. Hopefully, they can continue on for the restart, which we're going to take you now after we've shown you our first caution of the day. 1 to go has been given here at Atlanta Motor Speedways. We're going to go back to green on lap number 12 of 33. Should give us a total of 22 laps of racing to go. Monica Towns currently the leader. Jesse Art 2nd. Brittany White is 3rd with Ellen Benson 4th. Becky Walters 5th. Ginger Foutley 6th. 7th Melissa Cooper. Lauren Ekstrom 8th. Peach Ramirez 9th. And Lindsay Sutton complete the top 10. Top 15 is completed by Courtney Lynn, Sydney Vortex, Josephine Bouvier, Brenda Eveling, and Hannah Blue Jay. Unfortunately, Lauren Grubius is now out of the race due to being involved in a caution. We're also being told the points leader, Jill Thomas, is out of the race due to a gearbox failure. By the way, that's your points leader. I should point that out. The good news for her, the gal that tried to run her down for the points lead, Prudence Martindale, is 37th. That's 2nd in points. Boy. Couple of drivers who came in running well in points. This is not the result they needed. I need to get back to TV1. I was on spectator because I had to lower the volume down on my TV. And we're back to green here at Atlanta. So a lot of drivers who came in running well in points as far as the point standings are concerned. This is not what they wanted. And it looks like we're about to have another point shakeup heading into next week at Darlington. Ellen Benson looking the inside of Brittany White for the second position as Monica Towns is going to go for the race lead. Monica Towns, part of the Zachary Taylor Indiana Motorsports clan. Monica Towns is a former PCS Array champion in the most recent season of the Buffalo Wild Wings that you just saw on this channel. Monica Towns drove the number 13 Knoxville Ford Mustang in the Buffalo Wild Wings series to win. Of course, that if that was a NASCAR team, it would have been NBM Motorsports that won their first ever Buffalo Wild Wings series championship. Monica Towns will be driving in the Cup Series next season, which, in case you have not heard the announcement, with the fact that I am buying out the WRA, we will have we'll still have the WRA Oreo Cup Series. We're going to have two new series like the PCS Array Venom Truck Series and the PCS Array McDonald's Series. More details will be coming up at a later date, which actually those will not start until, Oreo is going to start season 3. I don't know when. We'll actually have a second season of the Craftsman Truck Series. That is replacing the Coca-Cola Truck Series. We talked about the top two in the points table, not top two in the points, which would be Jill Thomas and Prudence Martindale. Of course, Martindale last time by was in the 37th position. She's still in 37th. Remember, that's second in points. Remember, Martindale's trying to run down Jill Thomas for the points lead. Where is third in the standings? Sydney Vortex, she's running in 7th. So as of now, as we're, by the way, past the halfway point of this race, which means as of now, Sydney Vortex would take the points lead heading into next week's race at Darlington. Looks like Monica Towns got a bit tight there. Molly Thomas is off the pace. And here comes Lauren Ekstrom in the 12 car. Going to try to take the race lead. Lauren Ekstrom comes into this race 34th in the point standing. She dropped 10 spots last week. She's getting beaten by her less experienced teammate. That would be Annie Crenshaw. Of course, Annie Crenshaw is 8th of the point standings, and if you told me Annie Crenshaw would be destroying Diva veteran Lauren Ekstrom, I would not believe you. Let's see, where is that Blue Deuce? There she is. Last time by, scored in the 25th position, so not a good run from her. But then again, this is her first ever Diva start for Annie Crenshaw, so I'll cut her some slack. Let's see where Elena Aurora is. That's 4th in the point standings. She's running in 15th, so not a bad run from her. And then Courtney Lynn, who comes into this race 5th in the points. She's all the way back in 22nd. So like I said, a couple of drivers who were running well in points going to take some hits. Of course, Jill Thomas is out, finishing 41st. That's your points leader. Prudence Martindale is up to 35th on the scoring pylon. That's second in points. And of course, Sydney Vortex is already ahead of Martindale by a long shot. As we're about to come up to 10 laps of racing to go. Pretty soon, they're about to catch Molly Thomas before this race is over. The last thing Lauren Ekstrom needs to see is a caution that would really bunch the field up, and we wouldn't have to deal with lap traffic. So, of course, Lauren Ekstrom is trying to redeem herself after she was given a $25,000 fine for what we call actions detrimental to PCS array racing when she got upset with Betty Barrett, who took out Jacob Tutu, which, let me remind you, they were teammates at the time in the Monster Energy series, which will, by the way, become the Oreo Cup series. I don't know if I'll do it. I'll do the Oreo Cup series or not. Look out, Molly Thomas gonna get in. Or is that Molly? Yeah, Molly Thomas. Okay, I said it right. The 18 getting in the way, and that's really going to compromise some people's races as a result. Only Lauren Ekstrom and Monica Towns got away with it. One's kind of under Cody Smart's regime. The other one is under Zachary Taylor's regime. Lauren Ekstrom made the Final Four for the championship, and Monica Towns, as I already mentioned, she is a former PCS array champion in the Buffalo Wild Wings series. So this is a big run for Lauren Ekstrom, who, as I said, came into this race 34th in the point standings. She dropped 10 spots after last week's race at Las Vegas, so has not been the start of the season Lauren Ekstrom was hoping for, since she's getting quote-unquote beaten by her younger teammate in Annie Crenshaw, believe it or not, and Monica Towns, who comes into this race. Monica Towns 16th in the point standings. I'm trying to remember if Dodge has won a race this season. Let's see. Jill Thomas has won. Courtney Lynn has won. And Ellen Benson has won. So, no, Dodge has not been to victory lane this season. And they're running 1-2 right now. Actually, 1-2-3. Check that, because Sydney Vortex is in third as we're coming to 3 laps to go next time by here in this race. As I finally got the Adam Sandler getting a U-Blue to the Boston Bruins as of this recording. Going to come down to 2 laps of racing to go. Of course, we did not have pit stops in this race because everybody can make it 33 laps on 1 tank of fuel. It was going to come down to lap traffic. And I don't think they're going to catch Chrissy House, or had they already lapped her? Let me see. No, they have not. They're not going to catch Chrissy House. Coming to the white flag between Lauren Ekstrom and Monica Towns. 1 out of Ray Everham's team, 1 out of Penske Racing. Can Monica Towns try to catch the 12, or is this all she wrote? Looks like it might be all she wrote right here. Oh, Towns is trying, but it might be too little too late. Oh, here she comes. Drag race to the line. Lauren Ekstrom's going to win the Amp Better Health 400 at Atlanta. Had the 19 had one more lap, she would have won this race, but a valiant effort for Monica Towns. Comes up just a wee bit short. And Lauren Ekstrom will give Penske their first win of the season. And standings are indeed official for today's race, and a great way to finish up our Atlanta weekend. Lauren Ekstrom is going to win the race, 34th in the standings, so she'll move up through the points table after today's race. So close for Monica Towns, but she'll move up through the points table. 16th in the points will definitely move her way up, her first top 5 of the season. Ellen Benson finishes in 3rd. Benson came into this race 12th in the point standing, so she might be back in the top 10 in the points after today. 4th place, Sydney Vortex, and with the troubles that Prudence Martindale had as far as the finish is concerned, she will take the points lead heading into next week's race. Josephine Bouvier will get 5th. Great run for Bouvier, the Frenchman. Josephine came into this race, as I look here at the points, 25th in the standings. So she'll move her way through the points table. Maria Steiner had a great run. 24th in points. She'll get 6th. Becky Walters got 7th. Great run for Becky. Becky Walters, 11th in points, will definitely move her way into the top 10 of the points after today's race. Brittany White will more than likely stay in the top 10 of the points with a strong 8th place result. Hannah Blue Jay, well-needed run for that 48 team, as Hannah Blue Jay came in this race 39th in the points, so a well-needed run for her. And Ginger Fowley rounds out the top 10. Ginger Fowley came in this race 14th in the point standing, so she will be more than likely inside the top 10 of the points after today's race. Jesse Art, Peach Ramirez, Ashley Reynolds, Brenda Eveling, well-needed run for Brenda Eveling, and Mia Watts completed your top 15. Top 20 was completed by Jillian Black, Melissa Cooper, Alicia Marquez, Mary Morris, and Annie Winters in the 30As. You look on down through the remainder of the finishing results. A lot of drivers who were running well in points going to take some hits here, as we had 39 drivers finish on the lead lap. Chrissy House, the last car on the lead lap. Molly Thomas, 7th in points, going to take a hit in the standings, finishing 1 lap down in 40th. Jill Thomas and Lauren Grubius were the 2 cars out of the race. Thomas due to a gearbox failure. Lauren Grubius due to being involved in our only caution of the day. Jill Thomas was your points leader, 41st. The good news for her, the gal that was trying to run her down for the points lead, Prudence Martindale, finished 37. She came in this race 2nd in points. So talk about Atlanta really going to shake up the points table heading into next week at Darlington Raceway. But that is going to do it from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Congratulations to Lauren Ekstrom on her first career NR2003 Diva Cup Series win, and it has locked Lauren Ekstrom into this season's All-Star race for the Diva Cup Series. Next week, we had the Darlington Raceway. All 3 series are back. Diva Trucks, Diva Bush, and Diva Cup coming your way from the Lady in Black and the track Too Tough to Tame. But thank you all for joining me for today's race at Atlanta. If you enjoyed this race, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCS Recruit today. We share your full finish results. You'll see your point standings in the pre-race show heading into next week at Darlington Raceway. Hope you'll tune in for that. Until then, I've been Devo signing off. You've been watching another broadcast courtesy of PCS Array TV, the best NR racing around the world since 2017. Goodbye from the Peach State of Georgia.